Hi, this is Beast again, and still working on the xm177 from Luchador. This current model is coming in at 31,000 faces. It's quite a detailed model. Still, Arma seems to be able to cope with it. We're not too bothered about that at the moment. So let me just check this is working. Unhide. Yeah. Okay. I think. Yes, I've made a mistake on this one, so I'm going to just go create proxy and browse to top, and I'm just going to drag it to line up on this one. What I've just noticed was my proxy, I couldn't highlight it, so there's something wrong with it. There we go, that's about right as far as I can tell. Let's look at it by the weapon. Right, just check that that's in exactly the same place as that one, and it is. View, top. I don't think it is actually. Let's lock the YZ axis, move it up. There. So top one, top two, there we go. Lock the XY. That's exactly where we wanted it. Now this one, delete, delete, delete empty just to get rid of it. Top two, rename to top one. That's because I couldn't select my axis, my proxy, sorry. So that's just something I was checking before we start duplicating stuff. So you've got to make sure everything's working. So can I now select it? Yes I can, yes I can, right. So this is our gun, and what we're going to do is make some distance lods. So I'm going to copy all of that. I'm happy, I've already been through and I've animated it, okay? So everything on here works like it should. There's no point making distance lods if all your parts aren't described correctly and working and functioning, and you haven't tested them, and you've tested them all in Bulldozer. So Control A, Control Shift H, just to make sure we haven't got any hidden parts. Copy. Let's go to View Pilot and just paste. That's View Pilot done. And then we go New, and then right, now what we've got to do is we've got to halve the face count. So we've got 31,000 faces, and we've got to halve it down to 15,000. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hide the proxies, because we don't want these to get involved in any of this. The next thing we're going to do is grab the part of the sling, and we can see selected faces 54. So I can go points, merge near, 0.002, still 54 faces. I'm happy, just going to hide that. Next part of the sling, points, merge near, it's 37, it's gone down to 34. Ooh, we've saved 3 faces, we hide that one. Next piece, points, I wish there was a hotkey for this, but anyway, merge near, 12 points, fine. Right, that's got rid of the low poly sling we had. Now let's look at the flash suppressor. This is currently 1140 faces, so we're going to go points, merge near, and it's gone down to 516. Happy days, that one can go. Next we take the magazine body, and that is 776 faces, because it says it down here at the bottom. And we go points, merge near, 261, perfect, hide. Next we've got the whole receiver. Now notice I grabbed it at the bottom of the handle. What you don't want to do is this, because then all of your little animated parts like your mag release switch or your fire selector would all get merged with the points on the receiver, and they wouldn't animate correctly. So I'm just grabbing a bit of the receiver. Currently at 7,500 faces. Luchador, you're a beast for making such a lovely looking gun. It's going to obviously lag loads of people out in Arma when if they have loads and loads of soldiers carrying these, and they have bad PCs. Right, so we're going to merge near again. 7,500, 3,500, beautiful. Hide, done. Right, now what have we got? We've got a piece of buttstock. So that is 1900. Merge near. 720. Perfect. Making good progress. Next, the butt connecting rod. thing, I don't know what you call it, merge near, and that is going from 188 to 93. Very happy with that. We're looking for about a 50% reduction each time. So just to check, we've got the, I'm not grabbing the front sight post here. Let me just zoom in so you can see. See, I've ignored that. I just want the frame for it. So points, merge near. This is selected face is 723. Goes down to 466. That's okay. We can cope with that. In the second LOD, do we really need to see the front sight post? I don't think so. So we get rid of that. Do we need to see this little screw here? Nope. Do we need to see this one? No, we don't. The sling bracket, yeah, okay. Points, merge near. And that's going from 566 faces to 166. Well, that's probably quite harsh. But I think we can live with that. Hide. Right, let's get rid of that because it's just a little detail we don't need. Points, merge near, and this is 96 down to 64. Hide. Now the 4-stock, this will be, oh yeah, we can get it in parts. So the best way to do it is if you can get it in parts, do it in parts, because later on it will help you. 438 goes down to 142. Okay, now we're going to take the 4-stock. This is going to be enormous. It's actually 10,000 faces. You beast, Luchador, you absolute beast. Points, merge near, and that goes down to 4,500. I mean, that's the size of a tank or a jet, or, you know, that's crazy, just for a 4-stock. And then we've got a couple of bits here that are tiny and irrelevant, so I'll just hide those. Next is this rear piece of the 4-stock, and points, merge near, 1100 to 700, happy. And oh, we've got some bullets, look. Well, you're not going to see those in LOD 2, so let's just go bullets, delete, right click and delete that selection, and then let's see what else we've got left. Oh yeah, we've got a piece of the butt here. Okay, points, merge near, 292 to 192, fine. Points, merge near, and that's going to go from 46 to 22, hide, and then, right, now we've got a lot of animated parts here, so we've got to be a bit careful. The trigger can go, points, merge near, and that is 248 to 144, that's fine. The lower trigger guard, points, merge near, 110 to 45, get rid of that, just detail we don't need. Now we've got, now we want to be a little bit careful here. Let's get the bolt. So we usually use the selections here to choose these. So the bolt, points, merge near, 180 goes to 172, and then hide. Why am I using the selections? Bolt release. Because these are independently animated parts. If I merge them with any other part, then they're going to drag each other's vertices around when they're animated. So this is 422 points. Merge near, 48 points. Wow, that's really low poly now. And then we've got butt. Any pieces left? No. Charging handle? Yes. Right, points, merge near. This is 327 down to 202 and hiding. And then we've got dust cover, points, merge near, 156 to 68, fine. I do believe there's a bullet left in there. Let me just have a quick look. That looks like a bullet to me. Let's get rid of it, we don't need it. Right click and delete empty in case there's any selections named after it. So we've just got a few parts left to go. So we got to dust cover, forward assist, points, merge near. This is going to go from 226 to 92. So you see, sometimes it's 50%, sometimes it's 60, sometimes it's 40. Mag switch, points, merge near. Tedious job this is. 104. Nobody ever thanks you for it. Nobody even knows you're doing it. But if you don't optimize your model, then in game when you're really far away, you'll still be looking at the high poly version of the model. So it's really important that you create distance LODs. So 580 faces, points, merge near. 580 faces. goes down to 96, hide, selector, points, merge near. This is a 416 going down to 47, that's like a 10% left. Nothing left of the stock, triggers gone, windage wheel. The windage wheel, yes, okay, points, merge near. That's going from 282 to 56. And the middle bit can fuck off. There we go. So now we're just left with a few details that are nothing to do with the animation. So we can actually grab that one, grab that one, grab that one. Because they're not touching, we can get all these pieces and do them together. Okay, I'm not going to do any of the other pieces that are touching each other. And then we go points, merge near, poof. Right, that one looks crap, so that's getting deleted. This one, these two, and that one are getting hidden. Now, last bit and this bit, points, merge near, okay, hide. Now this one, see I'm deliberately not grabbing the other, oh, hang on. So that's just disintegrated, so we'll just get rid of it. Points, merge near, okay. Again, disintegrated, that I'm happy with. So we now Control A, Control Shift H, and there's our lower poly model. The first poly on here was, hang on, selected faces 31,000. Now we've got selected faces 13,000. So that's more than halved it in this LOD. Now I'm going to right click and delete empty, and I'm going to go points and select isolated. So any isolated points from when we did that reduction, I now press delete. That gets rid of any random points that are left over. Control copy, and we do right click and new and LOD 3, and we rinse and repeat. So I'm going to keep going just for the hell of it. So I'm going to hide my proxies because we don't want those to be done. Now this is LOD 3. Do we want to see a sling? No, let's just get rid of it. Do we want to see sling brackets? Nope. We're quite far away at this point, so is there any other details we can just like get rid of? Then let's do it. So the key points like this, points, merge near. Now instead of 0.02, I'm going to double it to 0.04, and we go from 516 faces to 224. Hide, same job here. So I'm just going to do 2 pieces at the same time here. Make it 3 pieces at the same time, as long as they're not connected to each other. Points, merge near, and we're going from 4700 to 1900, and hide. Next, 1, 2, 3, 4. Points, merge near, going from 5,000 to 1,000. Ooh, that's a bit of a brutal reduction, but I don't care because it's quite a big weapon to begin with. So I'm now going to take this and this, and got to be very careful what you select. This, points, merge near, okay. Control hide. Now notice I've got some isolated points. Forget about them for now. We'll come back to that. Now, do we need to see any of this? No, we don't. Do we need to see a trigger? It'll be covered by the guy's hand. Do we need to see this piece? Probably, but I think it's going to disintegrate. We can get rid of that piece. We can get rid of that piece. Okay, right. So now I'm going to look at the, let's do this piece. Points merge near. 730 to 240, you can hide. Now I'm going to just go through and do bolt. Points merge near. 108 from 172, that's good. And then bolt release. Do we want to see the bolt release this far away? No, we don't. Anything left of the butt? No. Charging handle? Yeah. Points. Oh, what we can do with the charging handle, right, is we can just grab that and delete the end pieces. We don't need to see that, it's inside the weapon. So charging handle, points, merge near, and off we go. Dust cover, Do we want to see the dust cover? Probably. Do we want to see all of the dust cover? What about this little piece on here? Let's get rid of that. Right. Points, merge near. Okay. Hide. Then we want to go forward assist. Yeah, we probably want to see that. Everyone loves the forward assist. Merge near. 92 to 34 and hiding. I mean, these look awful, but you never see them because you're really far away. So these weapons, once you've done all this stuff to them. The selector. Do we want to see a selector? It's kind of no. Oh, just let's get rid of it. Okay, let's get rid of these. We could probably get rid of that. Is this inside the weapon? I'm not sure if it is actually. Points, merge near. Okay. It's alright, we can afford it. That can go though. That is what exactly? View front, view left. Yeah, that is inside the bloody weapon, isn't it? Delete that. From this distance we don't need to see that, and we certainly don't need to see that. So we've now got a weapon that is 2000 polys, which is a bit more like a conventional weapon that you might expect to see. Now we're going to copy it, we're going to go lod 4, we're getting really far away now, so we can just hide the scope and the muzzle flash, and then we can grab that, and this, and this, and maybe even this. We've got 4 different pieces, points, merge near, and I'm going to go up to 0.006, and we just dropped, hang on, let's just have a look. That went from 2833, edit, redo, to 1557. I'm happy with that. Hide, that's most of the gun done. Oh, I forgot, go back to lod 3, points, select isolated. And we have now got some points, as you can see, they're all lit up. Delete, they're gone. Right click, delete empty, that gets rid of any selections that are trying to animate that actually don't exist anymore. So here, points, select isolated, delete, right click, delete empty. Right, so what we got left? Bit of buttstock, yeah, that's fine. Bit of magazine, that's fine. Bit of forestock. This piece, points, merge near, done. Hide. Next, front sight piece. You've got to be careful here because there's animated parts. So I'm just going to go points, merge near. Okay, and hide. Now this piece and this piece. Points, merge near. If I say this points, merge near one more time, you're probably going to pull your hair out. So I'll stop saying it. But you got the idea what I'm doing. Bolt. Hide. Bolt cover. Gone. Butt. Gone. Charging handle. Hide. Dust cover. Forward assist. It's so bad, I'm just going to delete it. I think that's inside the weapon, so I'm getting rid of that as well. So we're now down to 1100, no, 2000 faces. Hang on. And this one was how many? 3885. Okay, so we've halved it to 2000. If we want to get rid of a few more, we could just take that off. That probably works. Okay, so let's just do a right click and delete empty, and a point, select isolated and press delete. So we're on to lod 5. Lod 5, we're really, really far away. So at this point, I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to drag that, lock the left, just so I haven't got daylight showing through the weapon. And yeah, I mean it's so far away. Let's go this piece, and this piece, and this piece. Points, merge near, 0.008. and that's about 1,000 faces and hidden. And now I'm going to take this one and this one and this one and this one and repeat and hide. Now I'm going to go bolt. We don't want to see the bolt. Bolt cover. We don't want to see the bolt cover either. But yes, charging handle. Do you know what? Let's get rid of it. Dust cover. It's already gone. Magazine we'll keep. Stock. And muzzle flash. So let's just get the last piece. Merge points on it. Bring everything back, and that is 1,200 faces. Just one last LOD, because we can do better than that. We're not even going to see the scope, so let's get rid of that. The muzzle flash we'll leave, and then we'll get rid of the magazine selection, because we don't want to see any, and the butt selection. We don't want to see any animations at this point. So, apart from the muzzle flash. Now I'm going to take the entire weapon, point, merge near, at 0.01, and we are currently on 1,200 faces, and that's at 870. Now that, as you see, that pretty much everything's now merged together, and that's going to look like shit, but you're never going to see it, so it doesn't matter. So that's pretty much how to do your distance LODs. You start with your highest, and you work your way down, halving it each time. And it's a good idea at the beginning if you get rid of any excess properties from your LOD, which I should have done, because when you paste in you're going to take all your excess properties. So I'm getting rid of all the auto centers that have duplicated. You do want LOD no shadow in your LODs. You don't want anything else in your viz LODs. So let's get rid of all the auto centers I've just duplicated because I didn't do it in the beginning. And there we go. And that's your weapon with a lot of auto centers. We want it in the geometry. Okay, cheers.